Welcome, welcome. I am live and it is November. October was a whirlwind, amazing experience in Europe. But I am grateful to be home and with my family. In fact, so much that my son is coming to visit today and he's at CU Boulder. So wearing a little swag for him today. Let me introduce myself. My name is Trish Broderick, and I'm with Ignite Insight and Innovation. And I have been doing these lives once a month, and I'm going to start playing up with these now. It took forever to just get LinkedIn Live to approve me to go live. But now I'm tired of talking to myself. Nobody wants to talk to themselves. Well, I mean, I shouldn't say nobody, but I don't want to talk to myself. I want to talk to other people. And so I did the lead without blame ones with Diana earlier, and it just makes this so weird for me because now I'm just talking to myself and I don't like it. So if you put in comments, I will respond to them just so that I feel like I'm talking to somebody. But today's topic is some tips that I have for connecting. And what I mean by connecting is having some kind of relationship. And I don't mean dating relationship. I mean just some ability to collaborate and engage. There has to be a connection there. It has to be some trust and some dynamic and some knowledge and wisdom and interest and to engage and to collaborate with each other. So I like using the word connection because relationship is kind of loaded and has different dynamics for people. And so I think about different ways to just kind of start building commonality and connection with people. And I think I have a bigger dynamic with this because partially this fuels me, right? Connections and people. I know, shocking, but I'm an extrovert. I know. Take a deep breath. It's okay. I feed off of people. It's part of the reason why I don't like doing this by myself, right? And so when I want to connect, there is a dynamic of not wanting to be surface. So my first tip that I want to give is please don't be lazy. And I know it's the icebreaker, Trisha. Everybody, it's how you get people talking. I don't care what your favorite color is. I don't want to work with you more the minute I know you like a movie or not. I don't care. And if you ask me an icebreaker, it's like, where's your next vacation? My problem is my brain is in Barbados and I don't care about anything that we're supposed to be doing in this meeting. So don't be lazy about your icebreakers. And really make a point to connect to the relevant topic that you're going to have at hand. And I know that there's techniques out there called fast friends, right? And there's these different questions. And I actually just had this experience. Diana Larson and I did a book club for a company, and they asked these kind of quick questions at the end. And the problem is what seems fun and easy for most people may not be for everybody. And I'll demonstrate, I'll show. So if you do a fast friends question, if you could have dinner with anybody alive or dead, who would it be? Well, the problem is I know you want me to give an answer that's going to show you some dynamic of who I am, from, Aretha Franklin would be, to some former president or something, right? It's supposed to give you insight. But the problem is yes, my answer would give you insight, but it makes me super vulnerable and it makes the room uncomfortable. Because if I'm really going to answer that question, honestly, I'm going to say my first son that passed away, Connor. Now, once I say that, I have killed any fun that was in the room. I have killed any dynamic of comfort that was in the room because immediately some people are super awkward, don't know what to say. Oh, how do I follow that up, right? So I know that that's the result that's going to get. So then I'm left sitting there going, oh, do I just lie and say somebody like Prince, or do I tell the truth? Because then my problem is your fast friend connection doesn't feel authentic for me. And I'm left in kind of a tough situation to where I don't really feel any connection after that. So I get that it's fun, right? And then for most people, it's not a big deal. But I'm really careful about some of those questions because you just don't know what other people are dealing with. And so if you want to have certain dynamics, it's you can adjust those questions a little bit. It's within your teams that you worked with, who is somebody you would love to work with again, right? chances are you're going to have a better situation than just wide open asking me personal fast friend kinds of questions. So my tip is don't be lazy. Connect to the relevant topic at hand, create a space that really allows for connection and not just kind of a fast share your favorite color. Who cares? I don't care. Although my daughter asks everybody what their favorite color is, and it's just weird. It's just weird. Okay, second tip. When you're using a connection, one of the benefits of a connection, especially if you were to use it in an icebreaker kind of way and like connect people, is use a connection that motivates. So like one of the ways that I'll see people do things is they immediately just start telling me solutions, but it haven't reminded me of the problem that I want to solve. Like, or it's the problem you want to solve, but I don't really care. If you don't create some kind of connection to a motivation, to a reason for me to engage, for a reason for me want to get through the conflict, get through the challenges, get through the things, then it's hard. It's harder. It's harder for everybody, myself, for others, everybody included. And so when I like to think of building connections, I like to think of what are finding shared common purposes, meaningful, shared, motivating reasons to collaborate together, to work together. Like, are you tired of, oh, and here's my dog's going to go off and somebody's showing up at our door right during a live? Connect to the reality of what's happening. So connect people to the motivation, shared meaningful reason that they want to collaborate together. Like remind them of the pain. And I think sometimes we're afraid to connect to that type of like the problems that are happening in the workplace. No, connect to it, hear it, highlight it, because it gives me reason to want to reach out to people, to engage with people, to collaborate, because I want that pain gone. I want us to stop doing X, Y, or Z. Third one, connect in ways that show potential. So one of my favorite activities, and I actually don't know who the source of this activity completely is, or if there even is a source of it. But one of the techniques that I learned from Diana Larson and Esther Derby was hopes and wishes. So you're connecting with each other by hearing each other's hopes and wishes. It's future forward. It's goals. It's hopes. It's, things that you might be able to help each other with. It's going, hey, I align with like that. I want that too. And the minute that happens in my brain, like I want that too, when I hear somebody else's hope or wish, I'm connected a little bit more. I'm engaged a little bit more. I'm wanting to, help with that. And so I really like creating connections, not just of who we are in the past or what we're working on today, but who we want to be in the workplace going forward, what we want to be true. And can we connect along that future forward goal? And do we share it? Again, that shared alignment is so powerful for connection. And then the bonus tip that I wanted to give for today is just giving space. This is even harder remote because everybody's like, okay, get on the call. Nobody wants to turn on their cameras, all these things. And then we're getting off. We do our business. We get off. We're being efficient. But one of the powers of when we are in person is it's that quick conversation. It's that quick dynamic of what's happening. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to finish this. They are truly walking up to the door and the dogs are going nuts. But just give space and time for people to just naturally connect, naturally engage, naturally connect. There's the doorbell. I'm going to have to call it because it's somebody who's doing some work on the house and they weren't supposed to be here for another half hour. So we're going to just deal with this and engage. So, welcome to November. Let's call this a gratitude month and just hope for it. We do have one in-person Leading Amazing Teams course that is happening in Denver. There are still a few spots left. If you're interested, message me. And then my next public classes are all starting in January, but you can sign up from today. I'll be in Orlando next week. And again, I apologize. And I got to go get the door because they're about to, the dogs are going crazy again. Sorry.